All right, and I am live, guys. Got a little time to kill this afternoon while the Deester is out there doing his thing today and making some money. I thought I'd come on and just kill a little time today. I've been requested. I did used to be in the financial field for quite a few years and have still enjoyed following the markets for a very long period of time from afar, more of an academic exercise than being in there on a daily and things, but just from an interest point of view. And yes, late this afternoon, I guess about 2:30 Nevada time, which would put it about 5:30 on the East Coast. The Federal Reserve did go ahead and push all in on the table, all in on the poker table, putting interest rates virtually to zero. An almost unprecedented move in the history of the United States, and started jamming the gas pedal to quantitative easing, QE. We haven't heard that in a while. Remember QE1, QE2? I ain't talking about the Queen Elizabeth. I'm talking about quantitative easing. What does that all mean? What is the Fed doing out there today to try to stem this panic? And will it work? So, good afternoon, everybody. I hope I can see that. Hello, hello, hello. No sound. How about now? Icy, I think you can hear me. Can you got sound? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, let's see if we can hear me. I hear you. Thank you. So I don't know what you're talking about. Icy, maybe it's your thing. Hey D, there's D out on the job today, 10-4 loud and clear. So I thought I would just weigh in a little bit. I got some time to kill while D's running around doing his thing today. In terms of what it means is, we've got this corona virus which has been running around. It's like a tsunami. It's just swamping the country now, and it's making people go out of their minds and panic in a way that I've not seen in my many, many decades. And I've been around 8 decades. Okay, I've been around a long, long time. But we're going to have some very long and dramatic after effects of this whole situation. And the financial market's going to go for long. I thought it was interesting. I talked about a price target on the Dow of this initial move of about 15,000, which is some 6 or 7 thousand points away from where we are right now. And I know that sounded kind of Looney Tunes at the time I said it, when the Dow was 25,000. We're about 23, just over 23,000 right now. But I thought it was interesting today. The great Goldman Sachs, probably the biggest trading and underwriting and investment house in the world, came out today and said that the S&P could hit 2,000, which if you multiply by 8 points per S&P point, you get 16,000 as a basing point. That's a big hit. That takes us down a little less than 50% off the all-time high, and puts us on a par with the Great Depression and the crash of 1929. Now, is it worth making moves? Well, if I had long-term interest bonds, and I've said this before, there's no more downside really to them. The risk is now that lending money becomes, even to a government, becomes a risky notion, and interest rates will rise. So if I had a balanced portfolio, I don't care if I was older or whatever, I would be selling all my long-term bond holdings, liquidating them, and putting them into savings deposits. Even if the interest rate is zero, at least your money won't get ravaged if rates rise and stuff. So parts 2 on something like that. So Yasmin's internet is, oh man, her internet is down. Yeah, the problem is a lot of people are home now. The stresses on the internet are going to be tremendous. You have large numbers of people working at home, and the internet's only built out to a certain load capacity, so you can anticipate this week is going to be increasing outages and problems because of the stress and strain on trying to keep things going. in terms of communication. So we'll see what happens on Wall Street tomorrow. Although I'll say that the futures are locked limit down right now. The second they opened, they were bid limit down. So there's we'll be underway, unfortunately, on the downside tomorrow, and there's not probably going to be much relief tomorrow, because it's hard to see a way out of this thing, because you can't stop people from panicking. So they just closed all the schools statewide in Nevada. Yeah, they were pressed by the unions that they needed. The unions were pressing hard. The Clark County School District. There's a couple unions here that were pressing very hard to close the schools down. So for me, myself, I won't panic until they close the casinos down. That's when I'll know, that this stuff for the first time in the history of the world, right? It's one of those things like hospitals. You open a casino and it never closes, right? It's always open 24/7. Let's see what else is going on. Kind of closed schools. Okay, yeah. How you doing, Sean? 42 years on the job. If they offered me a voluntary leave, I'd probably take it. Yeah, at 42 years, yeah. Nationwide, kids may not go back for the rest of the year. It's possible. But I was asked to comment today on what the quantitative easing and what it means when interest rates go to zero. Well, obviously, it's the last card that the Fed can really play to try to make the economy so liquid with so much money around and interest rates so low that maybe people will borrow, refinance, put some more money in their pockets. The problem is mortgages are so low now that maybe they'll cut the mortgages 0.25%. A bank can't make money below 3%, and if it chooses to lend money at that rate for many, many years, it's a very risky proposition. Whoever holds that paper. I told people to not even go to the casinos in Louisiana. Yeah. We're completely changing our retirement, keeping our laws, and we have to recover any laws, but we obviously want to keep those on. Yeah, you want to keep it on the low end, exactly. But like I say, when rates have been dropping for 40 years, they're not going to drop. You can't fall off the floor. Well, you can with negative interest rates, and I'll get into what the practical aspects of having negative. What does it mean? In practical terms for you and me and for corporations and things, what does it mean to have negative interest rates? Remember, Sweden, Denmark, some of the Scandinavian countries, Japan, they've been dealing with negative interest rates for quite a few years. And what that means to have a negative interest rate. But the important takeaway is about an hour ago, the Fed cut the borrowing rate to virtually zero. Okay, and that's almost unprecedented in our country. But they have to weigh that off against the fact that who in the hell wants to borrow and expand in the face of this? So they could be pushing on the proverbial string. But they're certainly setting the banquet table with plenty of tasty foods, but will anybody eat them? That's the question. And as far as what it means to quantitatively ease, it means the Federal Reserve, goes out there with open market purchases of bank assets, whatever banks want to throw over to the Fed. The Fed's not going to argue. They're not going to dick around with pricing fair value. They're just going to mark the credit to the banks so that they're totally liquid and can meet all this. A way to liquefy the banks immediately and make sure that they can cover all of their obligations. So it's unprecedented times, and one thing I've done for years on the Murphy channel is cover off these economic things, because I think it's very interesting. You pay the banks to have accounts. That's right. Now, what does negative interest rates mean? Not necessarily that you pay the banks to keep your money on deposit. What they don't want to do is, as I said before, banks have liquid reserves, right? And when a bank has liquid reserves, they like to have every penny work, excess reserves. So they like to put them with the Federal Reserve System. They get whatever the discount rate is, whatever the Fed funds rate they get to keep their money on deposit. Banks got to put their money somewhere too. They don't stack it in the safe. they keep it on reserve at the Federal Reserve System, and they earn a little bit of interest on that. Now, negative interest rates mean the feds turn around to the banks and say, okay, we'll continue to hold your money, but now you're going to have to pay 0.25% to keep your money on deposit with us. So what does that do? The theory is it forces the banks to write loans and to get out there and be aggressive and push the economic expansion. The problem is, who in the hell feels like borrowing and expanding right now? It's like stuff is hitting the fan right now. It's not like you feel like going out there and taking on a ton of expanding your casinos and things like that. So people are scared right now, as rightly they should be with this panic situation. They will also probably charge large corporations. Banks will charge large corporations to keep their money on deposit. The Boeings, the Procter and Gambles, the Exxons, all them, to keep their money on deposit. They'll be the ones that bear the brunt of the negative interest rates. For you and me, on a small bank level, it probably means increasing fees to have checking accounts and things like that. I don't think in effect, it is like a negative interest rate when they increase your fees on your checking account or your savings. They're in effect giving you negative interest rates there. They're taking more of your money out of your account. I opened 2 new bank accounts last month. How's this going to affect lending, like for a house? Well, in the short term, I believe it's not going to have a lot of impact. Although, let's face it, when things happen and stuff hits the fan like now, things get icy cold. They start to get frozen, right? The bosses at the mortgage lending company, they're writing more business. They're trying to refinance all of these mortgages that are out there like crazy. And they're busy as can be, but that's going to roll off. That's going to fade, okay? And anybody who doesn't think that real estate is going to take a hit here, and probably a pretty major hit, is, I think, in for a very rude awakening. It's not going to be insulated from this situation, in my opinion. So what's going to happen? You'll get these memos from these mortgage company bosses. They'll be like, "Hey, look, let's make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. We want to make sure everybody's credit is on par. We need to tighten the credit requirements a little bit. We don't want to be sitting with bad loans, because you may not be able to resell those loans into the secondary market. Fannie Mae's, the Freddie Macs, they may suspend purchases of those type of mortgages. There's a lot of crap going on, Somebody's got to eat them. I mean, God forbid a bank would sit on a mortgage of 30 years. No, they turn around and sell that as an asset to somebody else. So they package all that crap up. Let's see. Yeah, real tough times are coming. What's your view on credit unions? Credit unions are as safe as anything. Okay, they're all covered under the aegis of the National Federal Credit Union Act, which puts them on an even par with the FDIC. It won't be run. There's no reason to have runs on banks. There's no reason for people to run out to banks and pull their money out. Might be smart to have a little bit of cash at home, though. That's all I'm saying. So, how you doing, Dawn? Nice to see you. Mild illness grinding the Western world to a standstill. Chips and curry. Yeah, I've had that same thought for a couple weeks, but I'm suggesting there's something more behind this financial thing than just this coronavirus. It could be a dead implosion right now. All the accumulated years of socialism and rampant social spending, on things. The equivalent of the population of the state of New England is on disability these days. There's not enough productive people carrying the ball anymore, and there's just been all finance with deficit spending and borrowing. It may be coming to an end. You never know. So that's my biggest fear, is that interest rates might skyrocket here and really blow everything out of the water. That's the problem. The only problem with they limit daily access to cash, the amounts you can charge. Yeah, Global reset is what's coming. I would agree. Yeah, we're overinflated. We're over leveraged in this country tremendously. And now it's time when it's effectively the world is calling in all the loans. The financial markets are called. It's a solvency check. It's a gut check. It's like, can you pay what you borrowed? I can tell you down here, things are grinding down. They're giving away rooms down here in Vegas right now. So people were counting on inflation in $1, buying the plastic. They create, then destroy it. Well, remember, our economic system became hostage to politics in the 1930s, and now people turn to government for everything. Their every whim and every need, they expect Uncle Sam to be there to bail them out. But who in the hell is going to bail out Uncle Sam, right? So that's the problem. I mean, people have been sucking on the nipple of the New Deal for generations, and we have lost our productive edge here. And that's the time. That's the time when the piper's got to be paid. And I hate to say that, there's going to be a winnowing of the wheat and the chaff here coming up in the future. So we're going to have to see. But in the short term, the Fed interest rate cut doesn't really mean a lot on the streets right now. But unfortunately, it's theoretically good for the economy, but it sends an all-out panic signal to the stock market, which the stock market immediately seized on this afternoon and grabbed that and just locked the limit down the futures. What that means is the anticipated opening. Let's see. Thank you, Eric the Goat Guy. Hey, how long are you gonna be in Vegas? I'm gonna be here until Tuesday, barring some other difficulty. I might be here longer, Eric, because it's very cheap here right now. Everything's basically giveaway. And I could be a Corona super carrier, I don't know, so I'm just trying to kind of self-isolate a little bit here. Have to slow down. Burps can't run. That's funny, Sean. And of course, the casinos are open here, so that signal of panic was sent to. And let's face it, Donald Trump has been bullying the Federal Reserve like crazy the last week. William Powell, first time in my lifetime that a president's ever threatened a Federal Reserve, chairman of the Federal Reserve, and told him, yeah, I'm not going to fire you from the Fed, but I may move you to a different position in the Fed and put basically a puppet in there that's going to do what I want to have done. That's pretty tough talk. The Federal Reserve is supposed to be an independent agency and not serving at the whim of the politicians. So we're in uncharted waters here. So you send that signal of cutting a full percentage point of interest rates, and that sends a signal to Wall Street that all is not well. So people took that cue, and they took the information that Goldman Sachs put out about Dow 16,000 or 2,000 on the S&P, and that's where we stand today. So things are winding down. How you doing, Shar? There's a lot of, I don't know if the Federal Reserve has to go, in my opinion. The Fed serves a pretty good function. When we had the Knickerbocker Panic of 1907, and the Knickerbocker Bank and Trust Company collapsed in New York City, that blew a big hole in the finances and the financials. There was no lender to step into the breach. Nobody wanted to lend anybody money, and the whole system froze up. Interest rates shot through the roof. The stock market collapsed, and the people said, never again. We don't ever want to go through this where we have to depend on J.P. Morgan to bail us out, this nation. Because if J.P. Morgan wasn't around, it probably would have gone down the tubes at that time. Only the House of Morgan could save this country. But so it does have a purpose to it. When nobody else can lend, when everybody else is scared to lend, the Fed's supposed to be in there punching away, which they're doing right now. they're injecting something on the order of $1.5 trillion of reserves into the system. As I said, that means they're putting the message out to banks: if you got assets you want to collateralize with us, we'll give you cash for them. You can put them on. We'll hold them here, and we'll mark them whatever price is fair, and then we'll give you the cash for that. This liquefying this system, but it's not a question of liquidity, right? Yeah, guns for the lollipop. Treasury should take over. Yeah, just use your prepper sense. I don't think anybody's going to starve in this country, that's for sure. That's a little much to expect. But the whole response to this corona thing seems so outlandish compared to other times and places where things have happened before. So remember, Sean is a member of Brits for Trump. Yay! Is that Kitten Biz out there? How you doing? Ruling class will say the only thing they want is to keep people working. Well, Greg, we should be working. I don't know where people get this notion that life is just to have fun and to bum around and things and just have freebies and things. I don't know how people get that notion. The world collapses when people aren't productive and aren't working. And work is liberating. It's psychologically, it makes you feel good. Makes you feel productive, makes you feel like you're contributing something to society. People in Appalachia have been living hard for a long time. I hear that, salt in a swing. I hear that. I think it's more like control because China owns so much U.S. debt that everyone freaked out. There's a lot to that. So therefore, China has a lot at risk too. You lend to a certain point, and it's the borrower's problem. But you cross a certain point, then it's the lender's problem. Okay. That's it. Yeah, we'll pay back the loan, but we're going to print the dollars to do it. And we're just going to inflate the debt away. So that's it. The depression was just another day to these folks. Yeah, it was. But, you had federal agencies went down there into Appalachia. They fought the Tennessee Valley Authority, came out, and that provided some decent jobs. It took away a lot of land, but it got control of the Tennessee River and stopped some of that horrendous flooding that occurred down there. So, whatever the hell the river is there. So, China has an enormous risk in this whole situation. So it's to the point where there has to be cooperation in this situation. The important thing now is to protect your health, right? Live simply, just minimize your outside contacts, and you should be okay. Health is wealth right now. Nothing else matters in life. If you're healthy, if you have family, then that's a great thing in life. So, Medi is my ex. Okay, go back and read my comment. Quirky girl, I have to try to scroll up here. Try to find your comments. Hey, Mark Dodge, how you doing? Let's see. Yeah, I guess I missed your comment here. Yeah, I don't see it. Quirky girl, I thought so. Hope you're well. That's all I see up there. Let's see. Yeah, I must have missed it. Hey, Katie, how you doing, honey? Slave wages, why? Well, you don't get a higher standard of living. It's a competitive world these days, right? If somebody's willing to do stuff. Yeah, I don't see the comment. I'm sorry. That's exactly right, Valerie. I think if anything, bad time to learn the young people to live more freely. These generations today have no concept of what hard times is because they've been insulated. And coronavirus is not a coincidence. We canceled their March vacay. Yeah, good for you, Christina, because you work hard, honey. Yeah, I'm doing good, Carl. You stay safe, my friend, okay? How will the USA shutdown affect the economy? Obviously, quirky girl, it's not a good thing. Uh, People say, well, it'll start again, but it's like taking an ocean liner that the boilers went out. It takes a hell of a long time to get up steam again. That's the problem. So that's the problem with shutting down an economy, is it takes a long time. I wasn't in the investment and financial world for many years. Yes, the young might not think they'll get old. Do I see some red? No, no red highlights here. No red highlights. But things are going to change a lot in this nation. There'll probably be some type of reordering of government priorities. I'm not sure if Trump will be the one to do that. I have nothing against Biden. I don't know the man, but I don't think. I wonder if he's got the ability to be a tough leader. I mean, people like Franklin D. Roosevelt don't come along every day, or people on the order of Lincoln, great presidents that go through terrible times with the nation. So, and I'm afraid with the stock market looking ahead, you can anticipate by fall that you'll probably have a much higher unemployment rate and a lot of shutting down. There'll probably be a lot of failed. I would expect Macy's to go out of business. I would expect a lot of department stores to close down, just because the debt loads they carry are so huge that they can't. They're just staggering can't make the interest payments on that. So. Biden gave a speech and you forgot what year it was. Yeah, I just, I don't know. It's worrisome. I'm a libertarian. I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican, which gives me a good vantage point to just observe things. But I don't know. Trump's used to just willing things away and bullying things, and it may not work this time. So that's the deal. Can't vote for Biden. I don't think a lot of people do. I never felt so welcome in the chat before. I'm staying here. Well, you're welcome here, Char. Trump will be out in November. I would have to say at this point in time, given the events, he's one that's taken credit for the good times. So if you take credit for the good times, you're going to get tagged with the bad stuff that happens. So we'll have to see how bad. Usually crashes of this magnitude, financial declines of this, signal very dramatic underlying economic issues, and they usually force presidents out of office. So we'll see. Play me, put coronavirus in your Coke. I won't vote for Trump. T-Bone says I'm independent, so we'll see what happens. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Biden is too much of a doldering old guy for mine, too middle of the road. I think this era coming up is not going to be, we're not going to have politics as usual. This is going to be an overthrow of the old order, the Pelosi's, the Bidens, the Mitch McConnells, the Schumers. It's gonna take some new thinking and some new ideas to get things changed around in this country. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Let's see what happened. Hell, Elvis survived. Nothing saved, and has burned a lot of bridges. I'm not thinking about him. I no longer discuss Elbow on this chat. He's not germane in the YouTube world anymore. No offense, we're friends, but I'm making content. I just put up Virginia City, a cinematic experience this afternoon on the Rosie O'Kelly channel. I got bigger fish to fry than to worry about that. What he's doing. New thinking, that's why we need term limits, exactly. Thanks for sharing your, he became, when he started calling me Hosey, I began to call him Elbow, so. he sucked everything he could out of my channel, so I'm done with it. I've been here a long time. Let's see. I'm an independent, but Dems can do better. I think they can do better. Yeah, so I'm happy, Quirky. I don't have any issue. Let him go on his own way. Thank you very much. Let him go on his own way, and that's my last word on that. There's nothing that he produces that's of any interest to me on YouTube. Let's see, and I had to chuckle. Well, then we shouldn't be jealous of each other. We do our own things. I worked 46 years. Hey, I'm in the same boat as you guys. Okay, don't think Rosie's like flying off into yeah, see in the Bahamas. Yeah on holiday or a Disney cruise or something, man. It ain't gonna happen. I get a kick in the pants too, along with you guys. Okay, so the good thing for me is I'm a cheap person. I like to live very cheap, so I don't really know that the difference between good times and crappy times are all the same to me. Will you forgive him when he? Well, what would you do, RJT? What kind of human being would you be? We're told, biblically speaking, to turn the other cheek sometimes. Take the higher road in life. If you think I'm going to let anybody suffer that I can help out there in the world, it ain't going to happen. I don't care whether it's Elbow or anybody else. I'm not here to exact some type of retribution or payback. I'm here to just, same as you guys, I got my paddle in my hand, I'm in my canoe, and we hit raging water here. We're going downstream, okay? A lot of us ain't going to make it down to the bottom, all right? But we're trying to do our best with the spirit. And if I see somebody turn sideways on a rock in their canoe and about to get swamped, of course I'm going to try to pull them off the rock. And that's what we're supposed to do as human beings, right? All right. Yeah, mouse toes is good. Yeah, you like your bargain, Char? That's good. 2 for 1. Yeah. Believe me, act like a door and you get treated. I don't mind being a doormat. You know, if that means being a doormat, so be it. I sleep well at night. I don't have to worry about that. There's no upside in not being a doormat. I'm only talking about dire circumstances here. I'm not talking about being somebody's daily sustenance in life. Just the sad thing for him is, with unemployment getting ready to explode here to the upside in an unprecedented up move, it's just his bad fortune to be caught at the worst time to be in the job market looking around. That's the terrible thing about that. Did a wonderful thing for him when band written. Now he can go his own way. No anger for me, Christina. I'm very happy. Super happy. I look at the job I did. I look at the outcome, and I feel very satisfied with the project. And I'm moving on. I got bigger fish to fry, as does he. No animosity. No regrets. I can't go through life like that. I have to be positive. We got bigger fish to fry as a community here on YouTube. We have to make sure we look out for each other and take care of each other here on YouTube, and entertain too. Looking forward to tonight's shoots. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. I've walked about 8 miles. Yeah, I want crab legs too, Oda May. Oda May's like, I want crab. Yeah, I want crab legs too. You send me down money to my PayPal and I'll send you the pictures of crab legs. How about that, Oda May? I wish I could buy crab legs. Yeah, Las Vegas is shutting down. It is RJT. It's definitely in a shutdown mode. He's already destroyed the can't rip one of the speakers back to sitting in the dark. He's already destroyed the can. Oh, I don't care what it is. That's his problem. That's his can. I'd say I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all. Smooth. It's no big deal. We're here to support each other. to be positive and to show the best of our human spirit and not the worst. And that's the way I feel like Smooth Operator is here. He shows the best of the human spirit. And I like that. Never has a harsh word or anything for anybody, and he's a good. I like the way he conducts himself out there. So, yeah, I did get some sun for sure. I did get some sun. You know, Vegas was shutting him out. We must really be mad at all of us. But yeah, so that's the way I feel about that. We got all this stuff going on with the Federal Reserve. This is remember, the financial thing is always first. Okay, that's always where the fallout comes first on the financial world, because the financial world looks ahead to the future. It's the first place. It's the most sensitive thing. It's the part of the economy that's easiest to get sick first because it looks ahead. So right now they're signaling that a terrible sickness is going to be pervading the nation. So we'll see. On the other hand, it's always the first to recover when everything looks like absolute crap in the world. The financial markets start to look up. All right. Look at the Great Depression. Before Franklin Roosevelt even took office in July of 1932, the market already bottomed. Even in the face of bank panics and bank collapses, the Dow was still rising through that day. Why? Because it looks ahead. Road's been kicking around for a long time. That's right, Mark Dodge, a long time kicking around. Hey, Jordan Blue. That's right, Mark Dodge. Works in a nursing, and they ban visitors. Yeah, they should ban visitors in there, Mark. That's it. Watch for the dollar to lose. Well, I think it will. You'll have to have. You can look forward to international conferences and things like that. It'll be coming together, big powwows. Trump will be calling all the leaders of industry together. So we'll see. Companies got to be able to make their debt payments. They suspended student loan payments for the interim, which I don't quite understand it, but okay. Why don't we suspend your diploma? Now you're back at high school. Now you have your GED again. Yeah. Well, we suspended your student loan. We've suspended your college degree. That's it. Yeah, it's going to get very interesting. There will not be a dull moment. Lots going to change on the face of this nation. I believe we're going to get eventually back to a much stronger foundation of bedrock here, instead of all this makeshift BS and propped up by spitballs and toothpicks. Is the world. It's just the interest. Well, I'm not sure, Mark, even the interest on student loans. Yeah, that's right, LA. Can they suspend my? Yeah, can you suspend my payment on Little Rascal here? My $305 payment per month. Can you please suspend that? Jeez. Good Lord. Trump already called Target and other companies together. First time they have all stepped up. Much is demanded of them. Walmart's now cutting their hours, hiring people to stock shelves. There's still plenty of supply line in this nation. Take a while to catch up. News unit, I'm not talking about that. Please suspend talking about that on here. We would save bucks. That's exactly right. If I could suspend my payment on my van, what a beautiful world it would be. Pay up, Rosie. Walmart, no, yeah, it'll take a while to get. Yeah, we're not. No more. No elbow talk here. Yes, I'm in Vegas. That's it. The corona gives me a stomach ache. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. problem I got is one of my teeth flared up. I don't know whether I got to have a filling changed out or something. So I'm not sure if I'll get down to the border, if they close it off or not when I get down there. I'm not sure. If, like I said before, though, if they do close the gyms and things, I'm heading back to the Rancho there. So now it's time. If anyone in the Great Craig go and buy a new home, I'm not sure. Bubba Bug, I would definitely hold off on buying a capital purchase, and I would not buy a home right now. I'm not going to call a panic in real estate, but low interest rates don't always equate to high house prices. Okay, so I'm going to put it that way. If you don't have a job, it's very hard to afford a home. So you're going to see the unemployment rate skyrocket to 8, 10, 12, 15, 20% and higher in this nation. That's not the basis of having rising home prices and things, in my opinion. Okay, thank you, Ronnie. Boy, I'll tell you, Oda May changes names faster than I can keep up. Look at my house. There you go, T-Bone. Yeah, if you got a house paid for, you're good. It must have nothing with employing. I know, Bubba Bug, but you're not the prime home buying age. It's not going to affect you like it will affect other people that would be out with first-time home purchases. The young always get disproportionately affected in catastrophic economic situations. Down here, people are being let go left, right, and center in Las Vegas right now. Unless you have seniority, you're out the door. Go to Hotels.com and look at the prices for hotels in Vegas right now, okay? It's like 9/11 all over again. Those prices, unprecedented for that. Yep, Missy Jen is all set. She's got dozens of rolls of toilet paper. She's in nice, quiet isolation there on the Rancho. May talk to her about putting off her infusion for April 1st. They may tell her don't come down April 1st in the light of what's going on, so we'll see. Good afternoon, Richard. Nice to see you. So I'm not sure about, I'll stay on top of that situation with Jen. Rosie, you all need to isolate. Yeah, I'll take some steps when I get back to, obviously sitting next to Dee for days and things with him slobbering and coughing and sneezing and things, I'm okay still. So, the third roll in a 12. There you go. We're on a third roll in a 12-pack. Woo! Use both sides. I just like you always keep us updated on the stock market and everything. Well, thank you very much, Maybell. I appreciate that. I appreciate. Dee is much better today, Mouse Toe. Yes, Dee is out there on the delivery trail today. He just checked in about a half hour ago on the chat. So we are supposed to see Monkey Boy this evening. It'll be very nice to see him. And I'm not sure if I'll be we'll be live doing something. But I walked 5 miles last night and about 4 miles the night before, so it's a night to kind of take it easy tonight. Yeah, Rosie, Jen can't get sick. Yeah, I'm very careful, Eddie, about that, although she's a tough broad. The curbside testing sounds like a plan to keep potentially sick away from medical facilities. I mean, if they test you and you're positive, what are you going to do anyway? That's the situation with that. If they test you and you come up positive, drink plenty of fluid, stay hydrated. That's it. How keep you on there? Don't be money. Take magnesium. The percentage of moonshine. Moonshine can vary from bottled moonshine's about 40%, 80 proof. What comes off of our still is no moonshine or still sells the proofage, and I didn't either. It comes off of our worm at 184%, which is 92% pure ethanol. But moonshiners cut that down to 50% or 100 proof. So 100 proof means you can still light it on fire. That's where proof comes from. The British Navy used to test the rum and the grog that they would get for the sailors. If a match could light it up, it was good. It was proven it was 100 proof stuff. So zinc is important. I think I'm losing my mind. I lost. Oh my God, you lost your wallet now. We don't have to self-isolate. We could all go live and play Twister together. Yeah. It was a great chooch last night. That's it. How you doing, JK? You be careful too. You be careful up there too. The only situation I have is that I think one of my teeth bugged out on me, so I might need a filling replaced or something like that, or maybe a root canal. I don't know. Anyways, the money. Okay, losing. Yeah, these in a panic mode. I'm so isolated myself because I have a very low. Good. Yeah, Maybella, you stay isolated, honey, because it's not so much catching germs. You don't want to be around a hospital. You don't want to have to go into a hospital right now, okay? Order groceries. Yeah, Richard, you be careful having come out of your heart surgery and all that, okay? You be careful. Some of you guys got to really be careful. I have a lot of friends that really deal with serious medical issues here. How you doing, Lemon Day? Keep us all in the loop if you can. Yeah, I do. I promise to do some updates. I was asked to come on today, and Rosie, would you mind talking about the Federal Reserve's emergency rate cut to zero, as well as what quantitative easing means? And I pretty much covered that off in the beginning of it. We had a huge rally. It's called a bear market rally on Friday. The president was there gleefully taking credit for that. I wonder if he'll be there tomorrow if the markets get nailed again. Because now even the great investment banking house of Goldman Sachs, who's a backbone of America, came out there and said today that S&P could see a target of 2,000, which is equal to Dow 16,000. Which is about what I've been thinking about, something around the order of 15,000, something in that area for an initial stop of the panic, and then a huge rally that'll last 4 to 5 months before we turn down steadily for years. So until we get down to about 2,900 to 3,200 Dow, something around that area down there. What kind of world will we be in? I don't know. Put it on an equivalent of the gross domestic product here, and you're probably back to 1980 level. I don't know. 40 years ago, we'll see. But the beer will still be cold. Yeah, Oda May, stop changing your damn name. There's going to be a huge recovery. I think there will be a big recovery, but the recovery is going to be what we call a false dawn. It's going to be a false dawn, just like the recovery from November 3rd to mid-April in 1930 was a false dawn. After April of 1930, the market turned down steadily until 25 months later when it finally bottomed. So when I gain in one day, I lose it all next week. Well, I'm here. I hear you, T-Bone. I hear you. Lemon Day. Haven't been chatting much, but really enjoy the adventures. Thank you, Lemon Day. Appreciate that. $9.99 from Lemon Day, and I've not been on Streamline. What about Kentucky? Yeah. Thank you very much, Lemon Day. Thank you, sweetie. Much appreciated. It's almost enough to get the crab legs right. St. Anthony, he's the saint for losting. Yeah, is that, yeah. And St. Jude is the patron saint of lost causes, right? That's the deal on that. Let's see. Speak to the JK. Cod and chips with vinegar. That's where it's at. That sounds pretty damn good. Sean the Brit. That actually sounds pretty darn tasty to me. A little bit of fish and chips would kind of hit the spot. Yeah, I probably need a new drill and fill, or else I'm going to need a root canal. And this guy's mumbling to himself here. Anybody have any questions about the interest rate cut or what quantitative easing means in this nation? Let's see, workday showing. Let me see what she's. Oda freaking May. Yes, I like that. That's better. At least I can't. I always got to call you Oda May. You know, and people look at me like, "Who in the hell are you talking to in the chat?" Woman. What does that mean? Oda May hates me, I'm telling you. She can't. She hates me. Yeah, Quinn with two N's. Yeah. You just found your wallet. Yeah. Can you explain what it means again? Which thing? Quantitative easing or the cut in interest rates? You think? Yes, I think I'm still holding to my target of 15 to 16,000 on the Dow as an initial stopping point for this decline. And then we'll have probably a really huge rally that'll probably recover half of what was lost in this whole melee here. So, is interest cut good if you're bad? Well, it's good at a point, but then it's bad because it instills the part of panic on the part of people, which the cut in interest rates, that is to stimulate lending. So if banks want to, if banks have excess reserves to put on deposit with the Federal Reserve System, they're not going to earn any effective interest on those excess funds that they have. So the theory is HX that it encourages more lending because there's a higher theoretical return to lending it to JK NoCal than there is to lending it, putting it on deposit at the Federal Reserve. So it pushes that money out into the economy. The problem is, in situations like this, will corporations borrow? They might refinance their debt a little bit and take advantage of that. But as far as big new borrowing and things, I doubt it. But it was very interesting to see Boeing last Thursday drew down on every penny of their credit lines, every damn penny, like 15 or 16 billion dollars they drew down. It's like, wow, they definitely want to survive the downturn in aviation here. So that's where their special bearer bonds that do initial offers to around 5, but we are taking offshore or not. I'm speaking about U.S. markets. Yeah, I'm speaking about. I wouldn't buy any overseas bonds. Interest rates going up to Monday. Trump said 4 hours ago. You mean going down? Maybella, no present here is an option. Is happy you're here. Yeah, Maybella, don't, honey. Jeez. Buy low and sell high. Just remember. Thank you, Brandon. Yes, buy low, sell high, or buy high and sell higher. So, what's up, Dave? What are downsides of enduring lower interest? There are no downsides to it. There are no downsides to it. But I don't want, Bella, I don't want you to donate anything to me. I want you to be here on my chat. All right. I hear Syrian waterfront properties. Yeah, you're going well. Refinancing loans is great. It's good. It lowers interest payments on a monthly basis for people. It puts more money in their pocket, but it doesn't encourage people to go out and spend, especially when times look bad. It does this because she loves some of you. That's right, HX. Some of us. You have to cut the fat. I think you did that. Cut the fat. There you go. Thank you, Brandon. Can you refinance if you're not working? Good question. Probably not. Rosie, you think like IRA good or bad? Should remove the money or leave it alone? Depends what the IRAs are into. I mean, I'd be moving the hell out of bonds. I know you have to have balanced portfolios and stuff, but when interest rates get to zero, what's the point? You know, you get just as much return just putting it into a damn bank. You're still FDIC insured, and you don't have the erosion of capital that can occur when interest rates rise. So that's the thing. Yes, I do love Mark Handler. Well, I got laid off. Consolidate all at a very low rate. Yeah, that's it. Consolidate. What do you think about PG&E? Yeah. I wouldn't be buying any equities until the market bottoms, and I don't see that around until 16,000. I could be wrong. The market could go up tomorrow. It's just my opinion. Dave the fisherman is my financial advisor. Yes, he does timing. Oh, that's all right. Good advice. So, good thing. The main thing is just keep your cool, keep level-headed. And I own Amazon stock at around 1,500. Yeah, I don't follow individuals. I appreciate your answer. Thank you. What book would you recommend who understands marketing math but doesn't understand investing? Phew. I don't really like Warren Buffett. I think he was now Mark Handler's going to hate me now when I say that, but he was a beneficiary of a good run of a lot of good years in equity markets and stuff. I don't really so many financial books are just blah blah, same old crap. I don't know. I recommend author, good idea to there's a way of showing us exactly. But aren't you guys a little concerned? And okay, this is a bad deal. This influenza, right? That's going around, but so was the H1N1, and we never saw this level of panic response, right? Something's going on. Victor Jimenez, calm down. I just remember the stock market had never not made over 10 years, and that includes why you keep dripping your money. Well, that's called dollar cost averaging. Yeah, buying an acre of land in Kenya. There you go. Hey, Cheryl, read the Bible. Yeah, the media is in a competition. I would agree. They are in a competition to see who can put out the juiciest headlines. Sadly, out there, not too much good about that. Plus, you have all the social media, the Alex Joneses that just spread BS and nonsense. he was selling a silver colloidal treatment. Idiots. Yeah, they can't be sued exactly. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Maybell. It's only my opinion. Some people have opposite opinions on here. Victor Jimenez, that's not your that's not for you to know unless he chooses to share that. Okay, I'm concerned that we are not. Yeah, I'm concerned that there's more to this thing than some disease crisis every election year. There might be something more than meets the eye. I mean, it could be like dengue fever where you get recurrent, or malaria, I don't know, where you can get recurrences of it. You got in trouble with that crap by the Attorney General of New York. Yeah, he should. I don't like Alex Jones. Yeah. He's one of the people who can put out his fake news and influence get people thinking incorrect thoughts and things. That's what I was talking about, Dee. There's so many alternative news sites now, so many conspiracy sites. The world was a lot better off when we had ABC, CBS, and NBC, and that was it. There was a high degree of journalistic responsibility anyway. Not like today, where anything goes today. Let's see. Germany closed all its borders today. Let's see. Crap. Can destroy 20, 30 minutes. If you get it again, it can kill you. Heart attack, they say. Well, that's enough for me, Tebow. What way do you virus is worse than what they're telling? I don't know, Valerie. I don't know. Just the it just seems like an outlandish response to an influenza. I don't know. I guess I'm stupid that way, or I don't know. They're telling people in the UK that people over the age of 70 should self-isolate. Yeah. We flatten the curves of the. Oh man. Sola, what is that? Son of Zeus. You sound like something like a Charles Dickens novel. Reduce the surplus population, right? Said that up to the death rate is only. Yeah, that's right. In fact, that's exactly right, T-Bone. The fact is, we don't even know why we have to take this virus so seriously. I've never seen school systems shut down. 360 people died. I want to hear something. So my youngest son called me and said, "Mama, don't go out. If you need anything, I'll be there for you." And now they're ordering bars to close. Yeah, I hear you. If Planet Fitness closes, I'll be out of here on Tuesday morning. I'll be making my way back to the rancho. There's no point in where there's no services on the road. It's pointless to be out here and doing that. So I'll be making my way back to the rancho. Flatten the curve is the truth. Yeah, I hear you. Remember Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, reduce the surplus population. How'd this happen in this country? I'm baffled. To me, I don't think coronavirus is what really is the main issue here. I think there's some economic, this was just the pin that popped the balloon. There's bigger economic issues that are troublesome in this country. And I'm going to leave it at that. So everything needs every balloon needs a pin to prick it though. And don't mind, I'm in here for the truth. Like this is the new impeachment. Back to school. Yeah, don't go back to school until March 30. So that's my plan. I could very well, I mean, I depend on gyms for hygiene and things like that. And if that's going to be, there's no point being out on the road. I'm just going to make my way back to the rancho, set up shop and do things around there. That's what I'm going to do. That's all I can do. Yeah, to get ready for this is going to be a very severe recession. Yes, like 100,000. That's the problem. The limited ventilators. That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. Uh, well, beach is life. I know you need the vacation, honey, but I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if you're going to have a good time if you go on a cruise, given the circumstances. I mean, it's like I can't have a great time when I'm traveling when things are hitting the fan and I can't get the services I need. It's just like, hey, it's time to get out of Dodge and throw in the towel and just hunker down for a while. So that's it. Hi, Ginger. How you doing, sweetie? Alex Jones blew a .79 and the legal limit is .8. Yeah. Yeah, most ventilators in use. Put a video. Yes, he looks. Yeah, she's rested. She's isolated. Joy, she's doing good. She's doing good. I think it's to go public restroom because no one. That's why I'm here. I feel pretty good except my tooth. That's about it. I'm not sure if I could. I'm sorry about the cruise. Dave says until the H1 had 3,000 deaths within. So girl, we only have 2,000. Yeah. Well, that's what I don't. There's something more. Yeah, you have shine to kill the germs. Exactly. That's correct, Dave. And I hope you're doing well, Dave. By the way. Nice to see you. Okay. Yep. I got that message. Thank you. Oda May. The media is causing the crate. They're giving a good part of it, but I'll tell you tomorrow, Dave. We'll see what happens on Wall Street. It's very hard to whet the appetite of buyers, and especially when Goldman Sachs came out today. And they put their target for this drop 1,000 points above mine at 16,000. My target was somewhere in the 15,000s for this initial wave down. So Goldman Sachs is pretty well regarded. It's not like Alex Jones's his forecast. It's pretty reputable house. So I think that does more harm for the futures tomorrow than anything else. So monitor. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, the crash is unfolding. Oh, thank you, Joyce. Okay, it's not to depress people. It's just, yeah, I hear you, T-Bone. Now they want 5 days to deliver your stuff. Go grab yourself some ramen noodles. Get on the Rosie diet, right? Shame. Yeah, 5 days. They're just too busy. I'm ready to buy, just not in the stock market. There you go, Bubba Bug. Yeah, the Bank of Canada lowered their rate. And shut Disneyland a little more serious. Yeah. 4 out of 5 the SB News control coming out of Democratic missions. Yeah. And there's no doubt that Goldman Sachs is very influential. Thank you, Norris Shore. Victor, stop drinking the Kool-Aid, man. You're bringing down the chat. Whoa, man. Whoa. Calm yourself. You're bringing down the chat. Man, we're not here to hit panic mode. We're here to talk realistically about things. These idiots that come out there, and I only suggest people lighten up on bond positions if you have them, because there's really no more upside to it. Unless you're holding an old bond with a very high coupon locked in, but otherwise, that's it. HX says, I love Alex Jones. Yeah. Victor, you're not scared. You're just trolling in here, but it's okay. Adventure unknown, turn 5. The sellers are gone. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a fun time. I'll send you, I have 500 rolls. Is Missy Jen in here? Did I miss Missy Jen? Is she in here? Yeah. There she is. How you doing, Missy Jen? There she is. My girl, Missy Jen, is strong. She's isolated. She's doing good. Lots of two elderly men argue with each other. Yeah. I was hooked on that. There's Missy Jen. Yeah, she was smart. She went out days ago and she loaded up on toilet paper. So we're using both sides. She said, "Oh, she says I'm hiding. There's no toilet paper anywhere." Let's see. Road to sailing from this fire and the landscape giant distance among you compared to your. This will be. I don't think so, Brandon. It's quite the opposite. I think we're a very mobile society, and that's why we're such excellent spreaders here. Back, bad as mofo. Rick James. Yeah. Yeah, go to the RV, get RV toilet paper. 3,000. Hey Fitz, how you doing? Yeah. If people can hold, that's the thing to do, Fitz. Generator, yeah, I got a generator and everything. Yeah, coronavirus is not far from here. That's why I told you, Jen. I encourage Missy Jen to get out there and buy tremendous quantities of what she would need so she would not have to leave the rancho. I wouldn't be surprised if they mandatorily push back Missy Jen's infusion from April 1st. We shall see. Here. No, I don't want anybody to get it, Brandon. Yeah, it probably does make you a bad person for saying that. I don't know why people went nuts because other people did it, grabbing. I would be grabbing things like antifungals and things like that are gonna, get some other basic necessity over-the-counter products, Tylenols and that kind of stuff. Yeah, Oakland had the cruise ship with 500 affected, the ship of doom. Yeah, so unlock your screen before you're allowed in the hospital. Yeah, I just don't want to take Missy Jen out if this stuff is raging all around, It's a problem. She doesn't, her B cells are wiped out. Well, she's strong. So I will probably, keep a close eye on that situation. That ship is by you. It's not by me, Dave. I'm down in the desert, bro. Well, because I refuse to run because they're stocking. I can't live without Charmin. Yay! Yeah, she needs to be in a bubble, exactly. She's on a good bubble in the rancho. Has to be screened. Nursing homes are on. I hear you, Katie. I hear you. Well, stop. See where they go. Take D-dubs to the ship. Shoots the ship of death. Damn, Dave. You're welcome. You're welcome, Deb. Nice to see you. Many wars at the assisted living to give shots today. Take better care of our elderly. That's hunker down. Yeah, Missy Jen's a champ. It's been 6 months. Yeah. Let's see how healthy. Dave, I'm doing good. I'm gonna tell you, Dave. Super carrier right here. I'm skating on top of the ice, Dave. I've not fallen through. I could. I'm an old bat. I could be gone tomorrow. Near surrounds you in Deuce. It's called Jay's Amusement Park. Okay. Enjoy yourself tonight. Last one for a while. Yeah. Might be. I don't know. I have no idea. Dave better be careful coughing his head. Yeah, stay 6 feet away. Exactly. You're the people's hero. Dave's like, yeah, you're out there on the front lines, fighting, sustaining the economy, doing your part, battling back. Battling Rosie. I'm probably... Goddamn tooth, that's the only thing that's bothering me. I was going to go down to Mexico, so... But if, yeah, I'm pretty fearless, yeah. Stupid, you might say. fearless and stupid. I use the unmatched socks. Lindsay, smart. Where are my socks? Oh, geez. Where are my socks? Where are my socks? Yeah, you definitely want to. That'll be the basis. If there is a reordering of things, certainly, gold and silver have taken tremendous hits because people are selling. In the short term, when the police come with the paddy wagon, they take the good girls and the bad girls away, and they sort it out later. That's why all those things like Bitcoin and all that crap. As long as I have coffee, yeah, there you go. That's the spirit. Got one candy bar, and the rest of you see about too long. I know. Have D-Dub grab the pliers and pull the tooth out live. Watch 1,000 people watching that tooth be pulled out. Do your DIY dentistry out there. I've noticed a lot of young people here just not too worried about things. What I have seen a radical drop in is the number of older people here in the 70s and 80s, and even some of the late 80s and early 90s. It'd be a significant part of the people walking around. Some people can still be remarkably healthy into their 90s these days, and they're out there cutting it up, but I don't see a lot of them right now. Find a dentist that will do it live. Wouldn't that be cool? And in a week is the time to buy. Yeah, I think so, Bubba Bug. I think it will survive. Just make sure you have some shelf-stable stuff that you can eat. You don't need a lot to sustain life, right? I'd be stocked up on pork and beans and kidney beans and that kind of stuff. Dinty Moore beef stews. Any of that. Thank you, Dave. I have an addiction giving money. Yes, you do, Dave. Thank you. I have an addiction taking your money. Dave, thank you. Thank you, Dave. Adventures Unknown. Woo! Getting her done. Thank you. Thank you, Adventure Unknown. I'm gonna make the noise since I'm on YouTube and not Streamlabs. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. I have an addiction giving money. All right, Missy Jen, you take it easy. Just be careful out chooching, okay? Make sure you wear your mask, all right? All right, love you, honey. Be careful out there. Okay. Yeah, everybody loves the Missy. You like the outside cooking streams? Well, you better get used to them. Might be all I'm able to do. Butter beans. No, we ate them all. Nah. We didn't live really. Yeah, eat to live. Give me freeze milk and ice cubes using Keyento. That's a good tip, Valerie. Freeze milk and ice cubes. You just use the get some non-dairy creamer and things. What will you bake next? What would I like to bake next? So I might be going back to the Rancho. I'd like to make a good coconut cake again. That's what I'd like to have. No milk, no eggs. Sold out. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Dry milk is any good? Yeah, they're good. Bake some apple crisp. They just closed. Hey, they just closed the Wynn. So, yeah. How you doing, Rory? No hot dogs. I got no only. Close the Wynn. Yeah, so the whole city will be shutting down. So if I got to hit the road, I got to hit the road. We'll see. I'm about 8 to 9 hours in a Rancho. Yeah, lemon chess pie. Yeah, Jen went yesterday and everything looked. I hate the thought of Jen going to the store. I begged her, please stock up on everything for 30 days that you can get. Shelves will be full again. This short-term stuff will subside. This stuff will subside. Just made a pistachio cake. Now that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, I've told Missy Jen, stock up. Stop going to the store all the time for stuff. Stock up. Shopping today and the shelves are cleared out pretty much. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Order online. Any crazy going on in the strip? I'm not going to go down the strip. I'm monitoring downtown. There's a plan if they close big to fly big players. Julie's like, fly them into other cities. Yeah, you can't let them go. Has a 2-year supply for the people in case of war or alien invasion. Yeah, don't panic. Practice good hygiene. I mean, I grew up in the era of government cheese handouts, big blocks of Velveeta cheese, right? We survived on the mean streets of Baltimore. Government cheese. Yeah, out there. Always prepare for the alien invasion, yes. So I need to be very careful of Missy Jen. I'll see about isolate. If I go back about isolating myself, I might move into the Shine Shack in the short term out there. Kind of put myself into quarantine. I'm not trying to. You're older than me, but please go home. Yeah, Belle. Okay, take care, Missy Jen. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to be here at least. If I leave, it will be Tuesday. That's when I will leave. Tuesday is when I will get away. There must be something we don't know if they're closing. That's what I say, Rory. There's more to this BS than meets the eye. Yeah, thumbs up for Rosie. That's what I'm saying, Rory. Obviously, there's more. I don't know what the hell the story is, but people are starting to smell a rat in a woodpile right now. So, the gum and cheese would good. That was pretty good cheese. I mean, we had big blocks of that stuff. Stocked up on everything. This, what I can't figure out, it's like, when I think about H1N1, when Obama was president, seemed to me much more dangerous than this thing, but I don't know. I didn't get this reaction. That's what I'm saying. We didn't get this reaction before, so it's kind of confusing. What do you think is happening? The bottom line about all this mess, T-Bone, is I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm not going to be one of these. I'm not going to be one of these assholes that pretends to tell you guys. I just know what's going on. I don't know the underlying cause now. Okay, but I do understand. We're in the middle of a financial panic right now. So, any inkling? I don't want to. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say it. I got some theories. I gave you theories about the debt bomb in the world blowing up and other things. I don't have any other big thought the same as you guys do on that. Any of the preppers talking about it. Well, that's when I knew something bad. It was exactly a month ago when I put my video out. I just knew in my bones something serious was coming down. And I said, this is why we prep. This is what preppers are. It doesn't have to be, alienation. You can have something like this happen. So we knew Mom and each one a lot about. A lot we don't know about this. A lot we don't know. I guess the fear is just hospitals just get overwhelmed and things. So we're stocked up before the Kathy. Yeah, we have a lot of. We have a lot of food at home. We have large quantities of freeze-dried food that we purchased. So no matter what happens, we're good to go. We got everything, Life straws, everything. Yeah, I got moonshine to drink. So my best guess, I don't know. Um, my thought is that the stock market bubble was ripe to be burst, and the coronavirus is just a cover story for, and I hate to say this, interest rates that could soar in this country and around the world as people fear risk and they start charging higher rates to lend and things. That's my biggest fear, is that the United States may have reached a point where it's not seen as a good credit risk in the world. So you think I bother people so much? That would be my best educated guess at what happened here that's turned the corner. Refused to quarantine and has a police officers at his home. Whoa. Yeah. 29 contracted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dave. Died in the first 6. Meanwhile, you know what's happening? Regular people are dying of influenzas they do every season. So, that's the biggest concern. Debt free, like, good thing for you, Rolling Rocks. Good for you, man. That's the way to be. I carry a bit of debt, so you find if you're out on the streets. Well, that's one way to stop a pandemic, is you just shut everything down. Hey Jay, how you doing? Jay had a good I listened to his stream today. It was a good stream. Make sure you check out Jay Hayes. He's very level-headed, very smooth today. I like the way his channel is. He's taking on directions of broader social purpose and things, and I think it's really cool. Very intelligent person there. It's a huge asteroids on the way. Bend over, boys. It's all coming to an end. Bubba Bug has the most catastrophic situation, I think. I believe I can tell you what is coming down. The world is coming to an end. No, I don't think the U.S. health system is prepared for this. No way. No, I've not seen panic down here. I've seen a high level of concern. But remember, I live very close to the ground. The people that I see on a daily basis, Jay Hayes says, "Oh my God, finally chat donations are up. Nice to see you. Where are you headed tonight? You patrolling the streets? I watched you. I fell asleep." Thank you, Jay Hayes. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just running on YouTube now because Streamlabs is such a mess. But thank you, Jay. Tonight, thank you very much. We have Monkey Boy's coming over tonight. I'm going to meet him. And then we'll be they close a lot of health clinics in Michigan. Monkey Boy, I'm going to meet him tonight. I will be around tomorrow, and then if I go home, it'll be on Tuesday. By Tuesday morning, things should be a little clearer, I believe. The fallout from Monday is going to be a bad day tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. By tomorrow afternoon, I expect that all the announcements of closures will be made. And, I will, if that's the case, I'll make sure I'm got my gasoline all topped up and everything right now. I got about 3/4 of a tank of gasoline. So, do you think the tax deadline will be extended? Yeah. Street light. What's up, Street? Do you think? I think the tax light. Yeah, D's okay. He's much better today, Rory. Much better today. I had suggested Rory just stay home with the family. No point being out. You got a lot more responsibilities in life than I do right now, Rory. So a lot more people depend on you than depend on me right now. So keep yourself there. We're under $2 a gallon in Omaha. Woo! I got enough to get all the way to, way out to the desert and everything. The school's all closed statewide. Just a heads up. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll get gas. There'll be plenty of gas tomorrow. Yeah, the reality of things. Neurovirus view, that was horrible. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Jay's cool. He did a very, very level-headed analysis of things that I really liked today. Listening to his chat. And got toilet paper. Woo! That's awesome. Get that toilet paper. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you get hit with the power? Gas was nuts. I'm in California soon. Heard they did. Yeah, they docked a cruise ship there. We knew that was coming into. We knew that was coming into Alameda. We knew that was coming in. Thank you, Bree. $2.99 from Bree. Thank you, Bree. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Actually, the Clown Hotel was great and very creepy. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you check out on the Rosie Murphy channel the cemetery there next door. New Hampshire just got its 6 cases. Yeah, rheumatoid arthritis. It's a shame. Petrified to go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it down. I will see you guys tonight with Monkey Boy. We're going to have a few laughs and a few good times. I'm not sure if Monkey Boy is very limited in the amount that he can comfortably walk, and I'm very cognizant of that. So thank you. I just did Virginia City. If you haven't checked out Virginia City, a cinematic experience, I just put that up earlier this afternoon. Please check out that. I put quite a bit of time and effort into that one and got a good, quite a few good scenes of Virginia City there, and it'll really give you a flavor and a feel of what a city that was built on silver is all about, and a great Comstock load. All right, go watch that cinematic video, and if you haven't hit the thumbs up here, please. Okay, take care, Jay Hayes, and thank you again, my friend. Make sure to check that out. If you haven't given a thumbs up here today, please do. And thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for posting that. There's the Virginia City cinematic video. Thanks, everybody.